Video. Today I am going to do an operator review on Blackbeard. Something new I'm starting. So far with Blackbeard, I've played with him a lot of times. There is a lot of things I like about him and a lot of things I dislike about him. So I will share with you guys what I do and don't. So I'm gonna go into a terrorist hunt. I guess I'll go in normal so I can play it slow. Okay, let me see. There he is. Alright, so this is extract hostage. I'd rather what is it called? Something. Yeah, I think it's terrorist hunt. I like regular terrorist hunt if that's what it's called. Because I can like take some time to like
we need to locate the hostage.
Explain. Alright. So I go with the ACOG on the gun because I can see further, which is a pro. One thing I do not like about him is the amount of time it takes to look through the scope. In some operators, it takes 2 seconds. It's like right away. And here, in this operator, it's very slow. So an enemy in matchmaking for multiplayer, if an enemy runs up to me, I can't aim at him and shoot him at the same time. I would have to hip fire, which is a bit harder to do sometimes. His gun is pretty powerful, which I do like. And then this is the MK17. I will show you what it would be like with his other gun. But now for his shield, that part. 1 second, where's this bomber? I don't really like I can't put behind me. Okay, so that didn't go as planned. Let me go into another match. Yeah, it's Terrorist Sun Classic, I was right. Okay. So this one should be easier. I can take my time. Okay. So his gun I do like. I showed you his gun, so I'll show you his other one, the SR-25. I kind of like it, but I kind of don't. They're both kind of similar in a way.
Eliminate all of the terrorists.
Okay, so the first thing I do like about this gun is that even though it shoots like a rifle, it's not like shoot. It's like that, so it's easier for me to shoot. In my opinion, I prefer the other one better. I always do. Now his shield, which is what I was talking about before. I like that he has a shield because in Terrorist Hunt, you don't really see the difference that much, but in multiplayer, yeah, it saves you a lot from the enemy team getting a headshot and you dying way faster. But as you just saw right now, when that terrorist just shot my shield, it completely just broke. I feel like the shields need to be a bit more stronger. If they were a bit stronger, I would have liked it a bit better. Because I only have 2. Like, maybe if they had 3, I could probably be okay with it. And as you can see right now, this gun's pretty good. We'll go to his D50 actually. 1 second, let me kill this bomber. Okay, so his D50, as you saw when I was trying to shoot the bomber, his recoil is horrible. It's like, so, yeah, you can see the bullets. So I'm gonna shoot at this wall right here. And the recoil it goes up. And for me, usually the only way I can kill a bomber with the D50 is if I'm aiming at the bomber's feet, and when I shoot up, then the gun bullets go up, and then I kill the bomber. For example, let's see if I can do it here. Oh, he's on the stairs. Why is he not moving? Okay, that was a free kill. So I couldn't really show you that there. For the stuff he can use, like I believe it is a breach charge and a flash grenade. I think it suits him. I think maybe if they added grenades, that would have been better. Maybe switch out either, I don't know. Yeah, I think they should either switch out. Yeah, actually in total, I think, oh, they did get him. All right, I think in total, they should get rid of the reach charges for the grenades, because I feel like this operator, because he has a shield, he can, but you have to do it to a certain degree. He can't really just run in and start shooting everybody, because he's not 100% the strongest operator. His D50, I mean, I like it, but as you see there, if you would have played that in slow motion, you would have saw how I was aiming right at him, but even though I shot him, I missed every single shot until I shot like this. Let me see. So I was like 1, 2, 3, and I was doing it slowly. Let me see where the rest are. Oh, behind me. And see, I mean, I'm fine with it too, but still, I don't think that they should shoot the shield from behind me that easily. But I bet that was probably like one shot that terrorist just shot at me to make my shield be destroyed. I bet it was just like one shot, and that I don't really like. That's what came to my decision, that I feel like it should be that you have more durability, more strength in your shield, because now I am 100% out of shields. That was horrible aim. I believe the rest are upstairs. Yeah, I was right.
3 enemies remaining.
Okay, the last 3 always find me. I'll kill him with a D50. I don't know why I'm missing so much. Okay, so I was really just gonna do an operator video on Blackbeard, but there wasn't really much to him. So I will do one more. But for this, I won't do a terrorist hunt. I'll do custom. Okay. So most people told me they like to see an operator video on Blackbeard, which I did. But they also said they wanted to see not just an attacker, but a defender. And for that, I'm going to do 2, at least. I'm gonna do Jaeger and Legion. I'm doing Jaeger because, and well, I'll go through both of them, but I'm doing Jaeger because people say, like, I use him, I hear he is a strong operator, but every time I use him, I die right away. I die in the first one, in the first match, in the first 10 seconds, I die right away. And that is only because, wait, this is not, I gotta put in my other one. And that is because they do not use the operator correctly. And I will show you this once I can get to the defending that I was talking about. Okay, so this one, I did go over with Blackbeard everything that you need to know about him, about his weapon, his shield, what my opinion on it, his D50. But I'm going to show you the damage, which most of you, if you play this game a lot and you have Blackbeard, you should know that. So Blackbeard, his MK17 CQB has a damage of 42, but has a high fire rate. So even though the damage is only 42, you'll be dead in like 3-4 hits. And the fire rate's pretty high, so you're good with that. The capacity is 20. I mean, I could deal with that if it had a higher fire rate, like Habana, because Habana, she has her type 89, has a high fire rate, 850, compared to Blackbeard's, which is only 585. His capacity is 20, and her capacity is 20, I believe. Yep, it's 20. And because of that, you would need to reload after 1 kill. It's very rare when you'll get 2 kills out of 1 magazine. His SR25 does his damage of 72. Fire rate, very small. But, it's just 1 shot. But in 2 hits, if you can land 2 good hits, the other person will be dead. And 20, I think, is a perfect capacity number. Now for the D50, the capacity is 7. If the capacity was a bit higher, like maybe 10, or some guns like, I believe Sledge has it. No, not Sledge. Some guns like the P9 has 16. Maybe like 16 in the D50, somewhere around there. And the damage is good. Again, 2 good hits, you killed your opponent. And I was right, yes, stun grenade and breach charge. Okay, now you don't really see much with Blackbeard because I'm not firsting anybody. But Blackbeard is, let me check. He is, okay. Resume timer. Blackbeard is a 2-speed and 2 armor defender. I mean attacker. I personally would choose a lighter weight, meaning faster operator. because I feel like it's just
Location of biohazard.
like it's faster. I could get through my objective way faster. But Blackbeard, I mean, his speed, even though it's 2, it's still pretty high. And yeah, if you really use him the correct way, he can be an operator that you could just go in, blow up, and defend whatever you need to defend. And honestly, even though some people prefer a gun that has a low damage but high fire rate, I respect that, but sometimes even if it has a low fire rate, I still want a gun that can put a hole through a wall, because if I have an enemy, let's say I'm the enemy and someone's on the other side of the wall, if I run across, they can't shoot me because I just went to the other side. But if you have a strong powered gun, you can shoot through the wall and make a hole and you can see it. Now, I made these rounds very short, 1 minute long, if you haven't already guessed. But I will show you Jaeger. Let me pause the timer. Jaeger's 416C carbine has a damage of 43, fire rate of 74, which is a high fire rate for a capacity of 30, and a damage of 43. So it's kind of like Blackbeard's first gun, which is pretty strong. Low fire rate, high fire rate, but low damage. His M870 has a damage of 60, but a one-shot fire rate and a capacity of 7. Damage, again, 2 good hits, you took him out, or you at least put him in the down but not out state. His P12, which is the only pistol you can equip with Jaeger, is actually, I'd say, pretty powerful. I have probably used his his P12 many times and gotten many kills with him. With it. Laser, I kind of like the laser sometimes, especially with shield people, but no, I wouldn't say laser with this one. It's just when I was first learning, I feel like the laser helped me. But that's the only time when you're first starting. And never put a suppressor on any gun until you're good with them. And he has barbed wire or deployable shield. Deployable shield with Jaeger, I'm kind of like a roamer in most multiplayer matches, so I don't really use the shield at any point. But I know that barbed wire can help my team, so that's why I always equipped it. And when you use him, a lot of people put his ADS on the wall. I disagree. I think if you could find a good place to put it on the floor, that'd be great, because if this is barricaded, and let's say you put it on this side and they hit it, they can shoot it off. But if you breach it right here, it's on the floor still, but you see I can't see it unless I really hit it and I break through. So I feel like you should always put it on the floor. Same thing with over here. It might be a little harder. Maybe you might have to put it here to cover this room in here. If you want, you could also put it in here. Not that big of a deal. And here, if you do put it on the side, this is acceptable, but maybe underneath the window would be a little better. And now his P12. Usually I'm good with it because those green lights actually really help your aim, which I like. 10 seconds, 15, okay. Now 10 seconds. His gun, I use the reflex. Most people don't, but I use the reflex because I like it better. And also, if you haven't noticed, I shoot like this. I turn from I lean to left and right because I feel like it helps me a lot. So that's how I use his gun. But you can't shoot all wild. If you have a target, keep shooting a target. And if you know you're horrible at headshots, don't go for the legs thinking that you're scared of it. Go for the torso, if possible the head. the next operator I will show you actually will be Zofia. So in the last season, well, in this season, but in the beginning and in the other season when Zofia was released, people didn't really use Zofia because most people thought she was useless. There wasn't really anything you could use her for, and the pick rate was very, very low. And even when I play multiplayer, I don't see her a lot. But her gun is actually pretty powerful, both of them. Like this pistol, a lot of people say this should be in most operators. It is pretty strong, and the sight everybody likes. And her M762, very powerful gun. Now her gadget, she has concussion grenades and she has impacts. I don't know, I did that. So if I wanted to do an impact, you hear how you feel, like how you kind of hear the impact and then it blows up. I'll do that again, like that, and you hear it. But if you compare it to someone like Ash, because a lot of people say she's like Ash, hers is way more quiet. Now what you just saw me do was I used my concussion. They will go off in any room that anybody's in, and it will eventually blow up if there's nobody there. And you can see I'm in this black phase that I can't really see much. When I'm in that phase, it masks sound. So if I repel into a room, then if someone gets hit by that and I enter a room by repelling in, usually without it you would hear me, but since it masks sound, you can't hear me. Now the next operator I will do, the last operator will be Legion. I will put him, actually, master bedroom. Legion, I like him a lot. The cool thing about him, even though you only start with one, he has generating spikes. So I could put that there, and if, let's say I'm an enemy, I don't see it, because even though you could kind of see it, but usually when you're entering a room, you would be looking on the corners, seeing if anyone's there, not really looking at the floor where you're walking through, and you'll walk through a spike. And then it'll take 10 damage, and every few seconds that you don't take it out, it takes another 10, I believe. And see, I just got another one, I put it there, no one's looking, they'll go right through it, and it'll give us a big chance to get you. Because if you step in it, it's a loud sound for us to hear where you're coming from. If I hear something over there, I run over there because you're going to try to take it out of your foot to not take damage. If you're over here, I come out and I shoot you. Now his guns, the Q929, I'd say it's pretty good. I don't really use it that much, only for drones in the beginning. This gun, if you roam with him, it's actually pretty good. The recoil is kind of hard to control. You have to get accustomed to him. If you're not accustomed to him, I'd say go into terrorist hunt, protect hostage, or custom match like I am right now, and just practice using his gun. Practice controlling his recoil. Because if you don't, then when you're in multiplayer, you'll just die right away, roamer or not. And that is it for my operator review. Instead of Blackbeard, I did 2 more. So if you guys want any more operator videos, which I will do in the future, but if you guys have any opinions on what operator I should show next, let me know. Oh wait, I forgot I never showed you Legion's weapons, like the damage and fire rate. We'll go with his T5 SMG. Damage 30, fire rate very high, and capacity 30. I agree with it. Maybe the fire rate down 100, maybe. I just feel like it's better. His 612 SD, I like it. I like the shotgun and all of that. I feel like I just really like it. And it already has a built-in suppressor. And the recoil, when I use it, the recoil is not that bad. Damage is 35, one shot, fire rate. It has a capacity of 6. I agree with this. I feel like it's really good. And if you could read the description, it says the compact 12 gauge shotgun runs off of a 6 round drum, includes an integrated suppressor for stealth. And that's what this black thing is on the front of it. which I agree with. And now he has impacts and deployable shield. I'm a roamer with Legion and most of the defenders, because most of the defenders that I use are not meant to anchor into the objective. They're meant to roam. So that's what I do. I roam. That's why I use my impact grenades, never the deployable shield. I don't think I've ever used it with him, and that's what I would use it. So that is the end. I will make another video. It will be on the new season that's coming out, Operation Parabellum. It has the new operators Alibi and Maestro, and I will give you more information on that in my next video that I post on the new season. Again, any opinions on who I should do next, leave it down.